Bam! I'm Jayson Waller with the True Underdog podcast, top 3 entrepreneur podcast. I want to say thank you to all the listeners and the subscribers out there for making this a top 3 podcast. Also, this show has been brought to you by Power Home Solar, the CEO and founder of Power Home Solar. We're always looking for great talent to join our sales end, field energy consultants, empowering people to own their power, as well as our installation side, customer care side, all of that. So make sure you go to powerhome.com to apply for a job. We're always looking for great people. We're in 15 states and counting. Now to the show, True Underdog podcast. Again, top 3 podcast. Today's show is an Underdog's Bite, and this one is called Overcoming Depression. We all have some kind of depression. We can't hide from it. It's like getting gray clouds, right? Sun's out, things are great. All of a sudden, ooh, here comes the rain and the storm. I did an episode not too long ago called Cows and Buffaloes. What's the difference between them? Well, reiterating what depression is like a storm that the cow or buffalo kind of have to deal with, where the buffalo goes through it and the cow runs from it. With depression, failure comes, depression kicks in. A lot of times we set our expectations too high. We're expecting to be great at everything, or to get from 0 to 100 without missing a beat, without taking the stairs. And when we do that, when we don't hit those, we become discouraged and we become depressed. That failure kicks in. We're like, I'm a failure. And we get in our own head. The voice just starts talking and it becomes a problem. And it basically handcuffs us down from doing anything great. And then we have to find a way to get ourselves back up and not stuck or handcuffed to something. Depression can kick in not only from failure, but from people telling you all bad things about you. Maybe you got family members or friends or, people you care about that are always sarcastic, always hateful, always mean, always saying something that you're doing wrong and never saying things you're doing right. And that's why I think it's important to love ourselves. That's why I think it's important to believe in ourselves and to find a way to have confidence and know that God made you to be you, not to be what anybody else thinks, but he made you to be you and what you're intended to be. And so when you hear these things from the outside, really dictating and creating that depression, creating that failure feeling, creating that I'm handcuffed and I'm stuck hostage to being whatever these people say I'm going to be. What I usually do is I reset myself. I tell myself, okay, look, why is this person saying these things to me? Do I want to say things to people like that and put them down? No. And if I do, I have some kind of insecurity there. Nobody wants to be insecure. No one wants to be jealous. That's like a bad thing. And it is a bad thing. So I try to never put myself in that realm where I'm putting people down. I may get pissed off at people, but I don't want to put them down and be like, you're a loser. You did this. That's wrong. And that's how you can create someone to be depressed. I'm tough on people. I expect perfection and hope for progress to get as close to that as possible. But if someone fails, I'm not going to call them names or belittle them or put them down. But I've had that done to me. That happens all the time with people I know. And my kids get it done to them. And, I'm sure you guys listening and watching, you've had it done. Or maybe you've done it to people. I'm guilty of doing it to people. I tried never to do it. And I've done it before. But we got to do better. And if you reset yourself and you think, where is that coming from? Why is my friend saying, oh, this, or why is my family member saying, oh, you're never going to do that, or you're doing that wrong, or good luck with that, and they're being sarcastic. Why do they do that? And you have to ask yourself, that's a them problem. That's an insecurity of them. So they shouldn't control your feelings. Your feelings are yours. I say in my book, Own Your Power, it's coming out. One of the chapters is create your own map. You can't let outside influence dictate what you're going to do. And what happens is the first time somebody says something negative or something to hurt your feelings, or you feel like you have failed, you become depressed and discouraged and the negative thoughts kick in. And then it's like a rat race. Now you got all these negative energy just flowing and becoming this snowball, and you've got to figure out a way to get it under control. Like I said, I'd like to go stop and reset and go, where is this coming from this person? Why did they feel this way about me? And why do I give a flying fuck what they think about me? I shouldn't give a shit what they think about me. If they're going to say something negative to me, dude, that's noise. I'm not going to listen to it. You know what I mean? Talk to the hand, whatever you want to tell them. Like, I'm done. Like, there's no reason to hear negativity there. You have to reset your mind. You have to have enough self-respect to not tolerate shit. When people are taking advantage of you or putting you down or saying inappropriate things to you, you have a right, it's your God-given right, to say enough's enough. Create your own map. Like, I'm done. It's a mindset. It may seem like it's hard. It may seem like it's a struggle. It's really not. And then it becomes addictive because once you're like, fuck that, I ain't dealing with that shit anymore. Now it's like all the time, you're like, well, I'm not dealing with that shit anymore. And I'm not dealing with that prick anymore. And I'm not dealing with that prick anymore. And I'm not dealing with her. She's an ass. I'm not dealing with him. Like it just, you all of a sudden kind of isolate yourself to be around people that are positive. And positive people are infectious and negative people are just downers. Okay. So you can't let outside noise make you depressed. If you've got goals and you're not hitting them and your measuring stick is too high, naturally you're going to feel like a failure and you're going to start to get depressed. I like to still live by this rule. I say it all the time, a 30, a 60, a 90, and 120-day goal pattern. Because if I have a goal for 30 days, it's not going to go from 0 to 100. It's going to go from 0 to 12, right? And then I can really measure, did I get 0 to 12 after 30 days? And if I didn't, well, at least I got 0 to 8 or 0 to 7. I got some kind of progress. Progress is winning. Progress is learning. Progress is moving forward to getting what you need to get done. As long as you have progress, if you do 1% more every day, we talk about this in a month, you're 30% better. You just have to have that mindset. You have to dictate, that's what I'm going to do. Just a little bit more, and set those small goals. Our company's going to do 750 million in sales this year. People ask, hey, what is that like? Well, it's no different than when we almost did 500 million last year. As long as you stay within a 3, 6, 9 month goal pattern, you don't go longer than that. I never put goals for a year. Then you're never outside of that moment. So us having a $60 million month is no different than having the month before a $58 million month or the month before a $52 million month. But if you ask me from 3 years ago and we're having a $13 million month, yeah, it's a lot different, right? Or we had 600 employees, now we got 2,100 employees. It's a lot different. So you got to stay in the moment. And you got to have progress, small wins. Okay, don't set you set your goals too high, your expectations too high. We have these things here, these phones, and we're like, oh, yeah, I need instant gratification and, oh, I can do this and I can. We're so used to getting everything right at our fingertips immediately that in life, we get pissed off when we don't get results building a business, applying for a job, doing school, building a relationship. We don't get instant results. Our ADD kicks in and we're frustrated. We have to calm down. We have to understand that progress is slow, right? Your hair grows. My son just shaved his head. He's bitching to me like, Dad, it's been 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, well, it's not even that long. Dude, hair growing is like watching paint dry. You don't notice it every day. But when you look back in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, you go, oh, yeah, my hair did grow some. But if you look every day, you don't see any movement. You have to treat your life like that. You have to understand that you're not going to see a lot of progress day to day. But if you set your goals a week, 4 weeks, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and then you look back and you see a little bit of progress, it's a positive feeling. But moving that little inch here and little inch there isn't going to feel good. But when you got a couple feet that you moved because you got some weeks behind you and you look back, that's called building momentum. It's like losing weight. If you want to lose 20 pounds, you're not going to lose 20 pounds tomorrow. You can lose a pound tomorrow. Shit, you might be able to lose 2 or 3 pounds tomorrow. But you're like, oh, it's 2 or 3 pounds. Well, what if in 2 weeks it's 6? In 3 weeks it's 8? In 4 weeks it's 12? In 5 weeks it's 16? In 8 weeks it's 20? If I told you, hey, in 8 weeks you'll have 20 pounds, you're like, holy shit. But people's mind is stuck to the instant gratification and we lose focus. And then we get discouraged and then it creates depression. I can talk about diets all the time because I'm like, I'm going to diet. And I intermittent fast. And then I shit the bed. Then I eat bad stuff. I love food. I love bread. I love ice cream. Like I love food. I just love it. It's wonderful, right? I love it. And unfortunately, I love it more than I love trying to be skinny. So I'm not skinny. I'm a little fluffy. Like that's okay. I make fluffy look good. I'm okay with that. But there's a time and a point where I'm like, I really got to get my shit together. And I've got to challenge myself more because I'll lose a few pounds and then I shit the bed and then I gain it back. Recently I went to Nashville and Myrtle Beach and, I lost like 7 pounds in 2 weeks. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm making progress. It was like 3-4 pounds a week. And I was like, I can live with that. I live with that. I'm positive. Then I go to Nashville and we're there for an event with Jayson and bam, all of a sudden I'm gaining weight, getting like 4 pounds. Then we go to Myrtle Beach and, pasta and pizza and whatever. And bam, I gained like 7 more pounds. And now I went from -7 or 8 to +11. So I'm +3. I'm losing. Of course, it's depressing. I'm not fucking a robot. I'm like depressed. I'm like, oh, I got to get my shit together. So this week I've been trying to intermittent fast. I've been trying to, drink Coke Zeros. They don't even pay me to say that. And all these things. So I've been trying to better myself and not eat as many calories and work out every day, trying to get on a pattern. I would challenge all of you. You're depressed. Find things that make you happy. Do more of that. Create a schedule and look at your progress every week. And if you have a little bit of progress, it's a little bit more in your head. You just got to keep going and just build that momentum. Okay. The other thing depression does is it ruins lives and gets in the way of success. When you're depressed and you're sad, you have those outside things controlling you. You can't be successful. And success is not how much money you make or what your job position is. It's fulfillment. Right? There's people out there that are teachers or work at Walmart and they're door greeters and they're fulfilled and they love life. They're fucking successful. Right? Then there's people out there that make lots of money and hate life and are horrible people and they're not successful. Right? That's the facts. So you have to find what makes you successful, AKA fulfilled inside, and start to focus on doing more of those things. I recently have been depressed. I moved from Michigan to North Carolina back. I love Michigan. It's no secret. Everybody knows I love the people there. I love the food there. I love the gym there. I love my house there. I love Michigan. I was made for Michigan. But my grandkids were in North Carolina. The business needs me in North Carolina. My second oldest wanted to finish her senior year in North Carolina. My wife hates the freaking winters and wants to come to North Carolina. It's been a fight in our house. It's been chaos for 2 years, like literally moving, buying houses. Like it has been a fucking shitstorm at my house because of this. It's made me, I feel like I've never known what depression was until about a year ago, last September. And it just hit me. I was just like depressed. I felt like an outsider. I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like an alien in my own house. I'm still struggling with some of it. I get in these funks, these lone wolf funks where I just want to be left alone and kind of do my own thing and reset. And, I don't know how to cure that. I just know that when I get that funky, when I feel those feelings, I have to find things that make me feel positive. I have to find things for reaffirmations to make me feel good about what I'm doing in life and what I'm contributing and how I'm empowering people and the difference I'm making. I have to find those outlets. And I would challenge each one of you to find that outlet. Maybe it's working out. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe it's reading. Hey, I've got a book coming out. Maybe it's listening to a podcast. Maybe it's driving. Maybe it's going to a concert. Maybe it's going to a football game. Maybe it's playing a game of cards with your friends. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, you need to do more of it. Because the one commodity that we can't get back is time. And when we waste our time being depressed or sad or negative, we don't get that shit back. So do things that you love that make you smile. You want to smile all the time. You don't want to frown. You want to be happy. You want to do things that make you feel good, that bring you joy. That's what you need to focus on. And depression can result in difficulty concentrating, making decisions, and thinking clearly. We all know that. And 1 in 5 people receive treatment consistent with current practice guidelines of what depression is. Now, listen, I don't take medicine. Probably should. I'm not that far depressed. I have more of an anger problem. 1, 2, bam, I'm pissed off, right? I'm working on that. But I've got family members that, bipolar and some that are depressed and wife, kids, it's what it is. So, a lot of people take medicine and I've seen a difference. Like my wife was super depressed for years. And then all of a sudden she got on medication and she's as happy as, can be, like a pig in poop. Like she's just excited. Like, whoa, that's cool. Like she's happy. I like when she's happy. It makes my life easier because when she was down and miserable, I felt miserable. I felt negative. I was like, ugh. Around somebody, it's always just bad. They're in a bad mood. They don't like things. You got to surround yourself. She's happy, positive. I'm like, all right, I'm happy, positive. Bad thing is as she was getting back on the boat, I was falling off the boat and never felt it before. Now I'm getting back on the boat. I'm finding positive things. It's hard to readjust. You can see my new studio behind me. I mean, I had a studio built in here, which is pretty cool, pretty slick. Got a new microphone. Hopefully I sound great. Got background episodes back there. This is the North Carolina studio. I'll still go back and visit Michigan. Still got a house up there, but got friends up there. But this is home right now. And So I've learned to adjust to that. I've learned to be positive about that. I learned to make a difference. Hey, what can I make a difference at work? How can I make a difference with my kids? How can I do this? How can I be more involved in my family? Find things that make you happy to get out of that depression. I say here's the actionable tips for the episode, right? I want you to address your negative beliefs and thoughts so you can change them. You need to address them, hit them head on, just like a buffalo will. If there's something that's bothering you, there's something that's inside of you. Let's put it on paper, write it down, look at it, talk about it, figure out a way to not think about it, or a way to get control of it, not let it control you. Change your self-talk to change it in your state of being. What that means is tell yourself the good things you need to hear. If other people aren't going to tell you that you're the shit, you need to tell yourself you're the shit. There is a difference between confidence and arrogance. And I don't think I'm arrogant, but I am confident. I love me some me. Me and me, we're good. And that's okay. I want to love me because nobody else can love me if I don't love me. And whatever anybody else says about me, I'm okay with it because I feel good about me. You need to feel good about you. There's times I'm sometimes down on me and I got to pick myself up and go, all right, I got to be positive, Jay. These people depend on me. I got to do better. I got to empower people. I got to do these things. You have to find that fulfillment, because I get fulfilled helping people, making a difference, and let that bring the positive vibes, right? Be mindful of your body so that you can make adjustments how you carry yourself. Listen, I will tell you, the diet thing will mess you up. If I eat a lot of bread or pizza or pasta or ice cream, all the stuff I like, I get depressed and bloated, and it's not good. It's not good. But if I intermittent fast, look, if I quit eating at 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. and I don't eat again till 1 or 2 the next day, man, I feel clear. I feel great. I feel vibrant. I feel thin. It's a game changer. I recommend you try it. Like, it's a game changer. I don't know why, but it makes me feel great. And then, just eat a normal meal. Don't overdo it. I've done that. And then I feel like shit again. Just eat a normal meal. Eating what you put in your body, especially in today's world, makes a big difference. Start eating better vegetables, fruits. My son lost like 30 pounds on his own, and he's only 11. He really didn't need to. I mean, he was a little chunky. He wasn't big, and he's like baby thin now. Muscles. He did it all himself. Nobody said anything to him. He just got motivated, quit eating sugar and carbs, and he just eats the shit out of fruit and chicken. It's crazy. So make sure you're mindful of your body. Work out. Go do some cardio. Go to cryo. Go lift weights. Go for a jog. Go skateboarding. Go roller skating. I don't give a shit. Do something to get your juices flowing. Get those endorphins up. And surround yourself with the right people. I can't stress that enough. I'd rather be around one person that's good for me than 1,000 that are shitbags. That's the truth. You got to look yourself in the mirror every day. What does this person bring to the relationship? A relationship is a business transaction, whether it be marriage, whether it be friendship, all of that. I'm not a big believer that says, well, I'm blood related, so I owe them anything. No bullshit. It might be my mom, and I love my mom. But just because we're blood related and she gave me birth, which is important, that's not why I owe her everything. I owe her everything because we have a mutual relationship. She gives things to me and I give things to her. Same thing with my wife. I love her, but the relationship's got to make sense for both of us. She's got to bring things to the table. I've got to bring things to the table. You need to surround yourself with people that bring things to the table to help you and better you, not hold you back, not hold you down, not drag you out. People that will uplift you. You want people to elevate you. As you elevate, they elevate. That's what this is about. Don't get stuck over there pointing the finger and complaining. And don't be around those kind of people. They are negative. They're just bad people. No one wants to hang out with bad people. Hang out with good people. The other thing I'm going to say is make sure my book comes out October 12th. I want you to see if you can go to Amazon and pre-order it right now. If you pre-order the book right now, it's for 99 cents on the Audible books. I took all boom, 99 cents. You can afford $1. You get a free swag bag coming with it, and you're going to get a bonus chapter. Swag bag, have a cool shirt and everything. If you order the hardback, I don't know the price of it yet. It comes out soon, but it'll be discounted as well. We're trying to go for that New York Times and Wall Street Journal bestseller. I need your help. So you listen to the podcast, get the 99 cent Audible book and get it out there, and make sure that you pre-order. It's called Own Your Power on Amazon. It's called Own Your Power. No bullshit, no excuses. The time is now. So check it out. Make sure you pre-order it. Make sure that if you're looking for a career or job, you go to powerhome.com, and make sure you continue to click subscribe on our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, and our podcast. Thank you so much for listening. That's a wrap here at True Underdog. Bam!
And that concludes another episode here on True Underdog. If you're interested in hearing more, make sure you subscribe at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the YouTube channel. You can always visit TrueUnderdog.com, subscribe to all of them. Make sure you check out our newest episodes coming out on Mondays and Thursdays. True Underdog, baby. Bam!